There were no confirmed Ohio state government actions, legislative votes, enforcement activities, or public events that occurred specifically on July 14, 2026, based on available reports. The search results for that date consist primarily of news roundups, summarizing recent or upcoming developments, rather than documenting new actions taken on that specific Tuesday. Legislative and executive actions, recent or contextual, while no new bills were signed or voted on in the Ohio General Assembly on July 14, 2026. The date appears in news summaries referencing recent actions by Governor Mike DeWine and ongoing legislative sessions from the 136th General Assembly. Police drone law. Governor Mike DeWine recently signed a new law regulating police drone use in Ohio. This law requires warrants for surveillance of private spaces, allows exceptions for emergencies and border patrols, bans lethal drone weapons, and restricts purchasing drone systems made by foreign adversaries too. Budget and tax relief. The General Assembly recently passed a budget corrections bill, redirecting $350 million of surplus funds to property tax relief for over 700,000 Ohioans qualifying for the Homestead Exemption 7. The Ohio Senate also completed the first veto override of the 136th General Assembly to prevent future substitute emergency Levy 7. Senate Bill 56, Marijuana and Hemp. This bill, which places Ohio's adult-use marijuana program under the Division of Cannabis Control and moves intoxicating hemp products to the regulated dispensary system, passed the Senate with a 22-7 vote and was awaiting the governor's signature as of the reporting period 8. Minimum wage increase. Ohio's minimum wage is set to increase to $11 per hour for non-tipped workers effective January 1, 2026, due to a constitutional amendment requiring the wage to rise with inflation 8-10. Agency activities and public notices. Ohio Department of Education and Workforce. The Ohio Department of Education and Workforce issued public notices on July 14, 2026, regarding upcoming deadlines and opportunities for districts and the public, though these were announcements rather than immediate enforcement actions. Data correction opportunity. Districts were notified that from July 16 through July 24, they may request a final correction opportunity for student and assessment data impacting report cards and funding 3. Survey feedback. The department requested feedback on a new Ohio Means Jobs K-12 platform survey due to a technical issue with the previous version 3. Standards comment. The department opened a comment period through July 24 for updating Ohio's learning standards extended for English language arts for grades 6-8-3. Webinars, virtual public information sessions, were announced to review student-driven tools for the updated Career Connections Framework 3. Data validation deadlines. The department noted that several EMIS collections close on July 15, the day after the query date, and July 24-3. Local government and judicial actions, referenced in July 14 roundups. News roundups published on July 14, 2026, highlighted recent local and judicial developments. Akron Mayor appointment. Mayor Shammers Malik appointed Jessica Connell as Chief City Prosecutor effective July 13, 2026, 1 day prior to the query date. 2. Hemp Law Injunction, U.S. District Judge Jeffrey Helmick granted a preliminary injunction, likely issued shortly before July 14, protecting 10 beverage manufacturers from prosecution under Ohio's new hemp law. The judge found the restrictions likely unconstitutionally favor in-state companies over out-of-state competitors too. Key context session schedule. The 2026 Ohio State House session schedule is public, and legislative tracking resources are available via legislature.ohio.gov, but no specific bill votes or floor sessions were recorded for July 14-6. Future enforcement. New laws such as the cell phone ban in schools and the AI policy deadline for schools were scheduled to take effect on January 1, 2026 and July 1, 2026, respectively, meaning enforcement or compliance was already active or in progress prior to July 14-8-11. In summary, July 14, 2026, served as a reporting date for news summarizing recent gubernatorial signings, legislative overrides, and judicial injunctions, rather than a date of new active government actions.